Is it even Allergy Awareness Week if there isn't some sort of list video? I'm not sure. Hello, welcome back to Allergy Awareness Week. Today is day 4, I believe, and I'm going to bring you 5 or 6 ways to adapt to a new allergy. If you're new here, I'm allergic to cold, and recently I acquired a dust allergy. More on that in this week. My first tip for adapting to a new allergy, the brain fog is strong today, is to identify your exposures, which you would think would be super easy, but it isn't always as simple as it seems. So for dust, I was not aware how dusty my bedding was, or how much dust lives in the cracks in my headboard. Or with cold, it took me way longer than is probably necessary to figure out that air conditioning is my worst enemy. How I've been identifying my exposures is just by noticing symptoms. Where am I when it's happening? What has changed in that environment that's now bringing on symptoms? With dust, you can see dust. So for example, this shelf. Sometimes I will be sniffly, my mouth will itch, I will get facial flushing, and I'll be like, why? And then I will look around and find dust. That's incense ash, by the way. I don't hate myself that much. I will notice dust in places. And with cold, sometimes it takes me a minute to realise, actually, it's quite cold in here. And I regret making a bit of a mess. Oh no. Well, mistakes were made. Regret. This might seem extreme, but that was a big mistake. If you need to lip read, turn the captions on, because all of my videos are always captioned, and it's always actual captions, not just YouTube automatic captions. Point number 2, and that is to try things out. I've been experimenting with cleaning schedules because I do not have the spoons to clean properly. With cold urticaria, I've tried lots of things. I've tried balaclavas, I've tried scarves, I've tried medications, all on that up there. I've tried complete avoidance of exposures, but that got old fast. And then I tried a fog mask, and it worked, so I could go outside and do things, which was wonderful. Trying new things, trial and error, is always a good way, because you're never going to just find that solution in your first try. I know with the dust allergy thing, trying different types of duster, different sheets, changing your bedding every week, every 2 weeks, every month, how long can I go? Hoover bags, that sort of thing. Just try things out, see what works, see what doesn't, make a note of things that don't work, take a note of things that do work. So a fog mask. Third of all, you can do lots of research. That can involve just looking online for tips and tricks of how to manage an allergy. So at least for my dust allergy, there are plenty of forums and websites that talk about how to avoid dust exposure. Blowing incense ash everywhere, not the way to do that. When I was diagnosed with a dust allergy, I was given this piece of paper which has most of the things I need to know about improving my environment for my dust allergy. And with weirder allergies, like my allergy to the cold, I found out a lot about it by just doing online research. And I'm in a very privileged position where I am also a scientist, and I know how to access and read and interpret scientific journals, so I did a lot of research down that route for cold urticaria, but also just speaking to people and Googling helps. There are articles on the internet. I've even written one. You can find them down below in the description. But just doing your research so you know what you're dealing with, what sort of things are likely to set it off. So I just didn't think bedding would set off a dust allergy, and yet. Top tip number 4, which is kind of the same as doing research, is speak to your doctor or allergist. And it also kind of goes hand in hand with trying things out. So I've spoken to doctors and allergists about what medication I can use to control my allergy symptoms. So fexofenadine is a big one that works really well for my cold urticaria, less well for my dust allergy. So I can still have dust allergy symptoms even though I take my daily antihistamine, but my cold urticaria skin reactions are generally kept under control. Or if there's anything that you might need for your allergy, so not allergies I have, but people that have severe allergies and require an EpiPen, talking to your doctor about when to use your EpiPen, how to carry it and store it safely, how to let people know that you have one. They are in the best position to tell you how to manage that. Obviously that's not a thing I can speak on because I don't need an EpiPen, I don't have severe allergies like that. Talking to your doctors will help you find out how to adapt specifically to that, and they will give you resources. There's lots of information sheets that they have access to. They're just in the best position to give you tailored medical advice, whereas people on the internet making YouTube videos, not so much. Lastly, online support groups can be incredibly helpful. These can be on Facebook, they can be communities on Reddit, they can even be on Instagram. So one of my favourite Reddit communities is r/allergies, where people come online and discuss allergies, sensitivities, intolerances, all of that. There is a lot of advice and resource sharing, tips and tricks sharing, and again, YouTube videos. It can be a helpful place to just drop your questions and have a discussion. I found it incredibly useful when deciding how often I should try and clean, what is the best bed sheet to buy, and also giving support to others, because that does make you feel good. So this has been a blast. I think the dust has settled now. And online support groups can be very helpful if you have a strange allergy, because, for example, my cold urticaria, I've only ever met one other person with it, and everybody I speak to and know who also has it exists on the internet. So if you have a strange allergy to, for example, cold, or if you have aquagenic urticaria, I know there's a couple of people that talk about that. If you have an allergy to just kiwis, just thinking of random stuff off the top of my head, online support groups are going to be where you're going to find those people so you can have a chat and find out the weird stuff that you have in common and be like, yes, that makes so much sense, and sharing specific tips. Because I don't know about you guys, but a lot of people have not heard about being allergic to cold, and it's hard to get tips off people that haven't heard of it and don't know what it is. So online support groups have helped me out there. Those are my top tips for adapting to a new allergy. I hope this has been helpful. Don't forget to like this video if it has, drop a comment down below if it hasn't been, or if you have anything to add to this conversation. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell so you get notified every single time I post a new video. Videos go up every Saturday at 6 PM UK time, with at least one bonus video every single month, apart from this month, because it has Allergy Awareness Week in it. So you're getting 7 allergy-based videos in 7 days. See ya. I've just realised I've got the wrong glasses on. Excuse me. Have you figured it out yet?